Top new games in May 2024. Hello and welcome to my game channel. Spring is here, which naturally means more video games. May 2024 isn't as stacked as it has been in recent and previous years, but there are still some notable games coming to Nintendo Switch, PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and even last-gen machines. Here's our list of most anticipated games releasing in May 2024. So, enjoy the video.
Heartbeat of the lost ones. I can feel them on my skin.
MotoGP 24. MotoGP 24 is an upcoming motorcycle simulator racing game. It's set to be the entry for 2024, picking up the pieces from MotoGP 23. It's unlikely that MotoGP 24 will feature a storyline, especially since MotoGP 23 didn't have one. Instead, fans were treated to an intense career mode and a fictional social media that added a personal element to racing. Perhaps MotoGP 24 will take the same route. MotoGP 24 is like getting the latest edition of your favorite book, but with some exciting bonus chapters. The upcoming title is sure to rev up the gameplay experience with exciting new features. First up is the Riders Market, inspired by Marc Marquez switching from Honda to Gresini Ducati. It's essentially a big trading market where players can swap riders between teams. Every season, there's a fresh face leading the rider lineup, keeping the competition fierce. MotoGP 24 will be launching on May 2, 2024, for PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and Nintendo Switch.
It only happens in MotoGP 24.
Endless Ocean Luminous. Endless Ocean Luminous is an upcoming adventure simulation game developed by Erica and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch. Endless Ocean Luminous sees the player exploring an unexplored ocean known as the Veiled Sea. This region contains over 500 species, both new and returning, several of which are thought to be long extinct or mythical. The creatures inhabiting the Veiled Sea are covered in a mysterious bioluminescent algae, which obscures their true appearance until said algae has been collected and removed by the player. The Veiled Sea changes with each dive, along with the in-game time of day. Once a stage's map has been filled to at least 80% completion, an ocean ID of said stage can be created, allowing for the player to return to the stage on another dive, either alone or with other players online. It is set to release worldwide on May 2, 2024, exclusively on the Nintendo Switch family of systems. Indika. Indika is a third-person adventure game, a satirical love letter, of sorts, that will pay homage to the likes of Dostoevsky and Bulgakov. Indika will transport its players to a parallel 19th-century Russia, a period in which religious visions clash with harsh reality. In this unfathomable love letter that comprises tragedy and dark comedy, players will assume control of Indika, a nun who happens to find herself accompanied by none other than the devil itself, an evil one who presents Indika with a series of unsolvable mysteries and questions about the meaning of life, and the authorities that pull the strings from behind the curtain. Odd Meter has described the game as being a third-person adventure, and one that will mix the likes of basic platforming mechanics with a series of puzzles. To add, the game will also tap into some rather interesting and thought-provoking stories and morals, nodes that will contribute to the general flow of a rather unusual, albeit somewhat unique story-driven experience. Indika is set to launch on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC via Steam, GOG, and the Epic Games Store at some point on May 8, 2024. Homeworld 3. Homeworld 3 is an upcoming real-time strategy video game being developed by Blackbird Interactive and published by Gearbox Software. The last we saw of Homeworld was in 2003, at which point the conclusion chalked up a scenario that saw the newly opened hyperspace gate usher in the so-called Age of Shet, a generation that was to bring the galaxy a world of opportunity and prosperity under the Karen clan's wing. The wholly unique strategic gameplay of the Homeworld series also returns at an even larger scale as players engage in epic battles fought across open space as well as the 3D terrain of hulking space derelicts called megaliths, the crumbling remains of an ancient civilization where the player can funnel foes into a brilliant ambush or hide their fleet from powerful enemies. Homeworld 3 is scheduled to be released on May 13, 2024. This new date comes after a delay.
The burden falls to Karen's protege, Imogen Sajet.
Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2 is an upcoming action-adventure game developed by Ninja Theory and published by Xbox Game Studios. Having made peace with her personal demons at the end of Hellblade 1, Hellblade 2 sees a newly self-assured Senua setting out to confront the Viking marauders on their home turf, Iceland. She no longer sees her psychological condition as a curse, but as an ally in the battle for vengeance. In terms of Hellblade 2's gameplay, it's still a third-person action-adventure game like its predecessor. This does sound promising, since for studio once known for creating fast-paced action games like Enslaved, Odyssey to the West and Devil May Cry, the first Hellblade was more subdued, with a greater focus on storytelling and inner turmoil. It is scheduled to release for PC and Xbox Series X and S on May 21, 2024.
What will I become?
Paper Mario, The Thousand-Year Door Remake. Paper Mario, The Thousand-Year Door is a 2004 role-playing game developed by Intelligent Systems and published by Nintendo for the GameCube. Because Paper Mario, The Thousand-Year Door is a direct remake for the Nintendo Switch, the story will remain the same. Essentially, it all begins when Peach invites Mario to join her on a quest for a magical treasure. However, before Mario arrives, Peach is kidnapped by the enigmatic alien race known as the X-Nauts, and Bowser is also on the hunt for this treasure, so keep an eye out for him. What distinguishes Paper Mario, The Thousand-Year Door from other games in the iconic characters series is that the world is 3D while the characters are 2D. This allows for some novel gameplay elements that we haven't seen in a Mario game before. However, its uniqueness is precisely why its gameplay has left gamers with such fond memories. A remake of the game for the Nintendo Switch is set to be released on May 23, 2024. Multiversus. Multiversus is an upcoming free-to-play crossover fighting game developed by Player First Games and published by Warner Bros. Games. While it is standard practice for us to go into depth about the storyline in these situations, Multiversus isn't going to make it all that easy to talk about. Well, to put it straight, there is very little to explore as far as plot points travel. But that doesn't come as much of a surprise, either. What with it being a fighting game and all, the gameplay mostly revolves around adrenaline-fueled 1v1 or team-based battles. These fights, which are often placed within shifting arenas, bear a simple objective: whittle down the enemy health bar by any means necessary. That's quite a simple request when you think about it. But then, it often boils down to the characters on your team and the abilities they bring to the table. Multiversus will be coming to Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PC via Steam on May 28, 2024.
A job for All right then, you're with me.
F124. F124 is an upcoming racing video game developed by Codemasters and published by EA Sports. It's unclear whether F123's Breaking Point, F1's version of Story Mode, will return in F124, especially after its omission in F122. Here's to hoping the mode returns with an even better experience than ever before. For starters, you can expect the return of popular offline time trial and Grand Prix modes. EA Sports confirms an all-new driver career mode. You'll also play the popular My Team career mode, where you create your own unique team and race to the top. Additionally, F124 will feature split-screen and cross-platform multiplayer. You'll also enjoy getting to know other players via the new RaceNet leagues. The game is due to release for PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S on May 31, 2024.
Can you beat me? Yes! What a race! Thank you very much for that. Thank you to the fans.
Well, that's the game we're most looking forward to in May 2024. If there is a game that you think is interesting to play, please add it in the comments column below. Hopefully this video can give you an idea of what game you are going to play. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications for new videos. See you on the next video.